Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Anahil Forest. Welcome to our podcast today in the company of an esteemed guest who needs no introduction, Miss Shaba Shams, an incredible individual with a diverse range of talents, hailing from Deland, Florida. So welcome,
Yeah, I think you're cutting out. Well, this is the part where I literally lost my host, and while she's coming back, probably I introduce myself, Shaba Shams, from Florida, USA. Originally from Algeria, I've been here 27 years. I'm an entrepreneur, speaker, trainer, coach. My mission is to create success and financial freedom. And I am a big believer of building a business around a lifestyle instead of a lifestyle around a business. So, what does it mean? That means I have people build a lifestyle they desire. And of course, the business is around the lifestyle instead of the lifestyle around the business. So, without any further ado, my host is here. So, welcome back.
thank you so much, ma'am, for conduct my interview. So we are truly honored to have you with us today, Miss Shaba. I'm sure our audience is eager to learn more about your fascinating journey. So without further ado, let's dive into the incredible life of Miss Shaba Shams. So welcome, ma'am. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm amazing. Yeah, thank you.
All right. First of all, please introduce yourself for my viewers.
Sorry, can you say that?
Okay. Please introduce yourself for my viewers.
Well, I already did when we lost connection, but I'm just going to repeat myself then. So I'm originally
All
from
right.
Algeria, from Africa. I've been in the United States for 27 years. I dedicated my adult life to academia, and I'm very passionate about like the how-to, teaching people what they don't know. And I've been very fortunate to have been in education for a very, very long time until more recently, where I moved into entrepreneurship, digital content creation, business coaching, speaking, and I'm really just like so in love of the journey of entrepreneurship because you really get to experience and experiment and just like the sky is the limit, so you get to do whatever you want to do. Having said that, it doesn't mean that it's not a tough journey or a challenging one, but it just like finally when you get into entrepreneurship you have the opportunity of really doing the things that you are passionate about and learning the things that you feel are aligned with your overall mission and vision in life, and that is really important to be aligned.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your introduction. So now let's move on to questions. So my first question is, can you tell us about your journey as a founder of Catchable? What responsibilities, what inspired you to start this venture, and what were some of the challenges you faced along the way?
Wow, that's really a good question because Kiddo Ball is like a very challenged child that's going through different phases in life. But right now with Kiddo Ball, we are super excited that we are entering the development phase in a way. So now finally we're developing the technology to be able to build it and take it to market. It was very difficult because I worked with maybe two or three different partners to make this dream of mine happen. And that partnership didn't go well. And of course, in business for entrepreneurs, those of you who hear us, they know that partnerships are like marriage. It's very, very difficult. And sometimes when one side comes with not the best intention, they are, for example, they are greedy or they are not realistic about how much they can build and achieve, or they are self-serving, or so a lot of different things that you actually need to look into when you join hands with people to work together. But just because one partnership or one collaboration didn't work, that doesn't mean, oh, I don't want to ever work with people. No, because I truly believe that you have to go through these different cycles and trials. And even if you fail or they are failed once, you always learn something, right? You always learn from that experience or through that journey. Then you take what you've learned and then you apply it to the next one. So the long story short, we are now back on track with the right people in helping us build Kittable, and we're entering a development phase. So there have been a lot of challenges, and there will be a lot of challenges. However, now we are anticipating different challenges ahead of time, like we're building reports with a lot of big influencers, right? In the food industry, because Kittable is about helping cottage food operators connect to the users. So we're building reports with food influencers, with the collaborations, with the right people. That once we go to market, we're not going to go on the cold. We're not going to first, for the first time, start talking about it. So we're starting now. We know what we need, and we're kind of just putting it in place one block at a time. That way, when we start the beta version and we launch it, we already have ambassadors and we have influencers and we have investors and people who believe in it to work together on that. Menahil, are you there? You're mute. Menahil, can you hear me? Oh, I think we lost her. So I don't know if I should keep on talking. Minahel, if you can share some of the comments maybe from people if they're watching. So Malik said, Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. Thank you for being here. So if you guys are listening, I think I lost my host again and I'm just going to improvise. She did send me a set of questions. Maybe I should be just answering the questions until she comes back. But if you are in the audience and you're watching and listening, if you do have questions, feel free. I was just sharing my journey with Kittable, which is a tech company that we are building finally now after a few bumps in the road. Those of you who are in Algeria or live in Algeria and they are startups or businesses, they have a business that just started and they need some help with the mission, with the vision, with the defining the avatar, and also building a pitch deck. We're going to be in Algeria the end of the month. Actually, we're traveling at the end of the month. So if you're interested in joining this venture, you can DM me and I'll send you a link. So we're doing an all-day workshop on how to start your business with the vision and mission, the avatar, the customer, and then also we're going to help you build the pitch deck if you're looking for investors and even partnerships. So if you're interested in that and you are in Algeria, make sure you reach out to us. That way we can send you the information. I am trying to fill in the blank here for you. whenever whenever you drop, I just keep talking. I hope it's okay.
Thank you so much,
Maybe.
ma'am. So can I ask next question?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right, thank you. So my next question is: as a consultant and a speaker, you must have encountered various industries and business. Could you share particular impactful consulting experience that shaped your approach to problem solving?
So Malik is asking a question in
Like
Urdu or
problem solving. If I have more
okay.
screen is half
Um.
question.
So yeah. So
So
as a consultant,
I complete my question.
okay. So as a consultant is not any different from um, observing, assessing, and reporting with recommendation of what needs to happen next. So pretty much that's what it is. Something that I've done my entire career, no matter what job I've had. My job has always been to come into companies or universities, colleges, organizations, and assess what's going on. What is it that's not working, and then provide a set of suggestions of, you know, and of course, when you do work on a job, you have more power and control as opposed to just a consultant, because as a consultant, you just consult. So I think the biggest challenge to telling people this is not working, do this instead, or this might improve your whatever it is. The challenge is that some people are not all that ready for change. Change is a very intimidating thing. Change is scary, you know? Just imagine yourself if you have to pack up your stuff today and then take a plane tomorrow to go to some place you don't know, right? Change is always very difficult. Like sometimes change can be intimidating even if you change your, like your coffee brand. That's me, right? I'm so into the coffee that I like that if I change the brand, I get nervous. So change is very intimidating, scary, and can give people anxieties. And sometimes, as a way to protect yourself, you reject the change, you block the change because you don't know any better. So when you're dealing with businesses, entrepreneurs, companies, whatever, and you are observing something that needs improvement, maybe in the branding, maybe in the communication style, maybe in the original story that they're telling or the things they need to do, some people they find it just difficult. So how that experiences or those experiences have shaped me throughout 27 years of career plus is that I listen more. This is how I get to help others, is by listening more. People don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care. So in our business, we are in the business of people. You want to help them improve. You want to help them even build financial freedom or live the life they dream of, right? Even though it's what they want to do, sometimes the things they need to do to get there can be super intimidating, super scary. So it's overwhelming to a point where they just don't want to do it. So how do you approach someone who needs to do certain things? Listen, pay attention to where is their comfort level, how do they communicate, what are they interested in. So like there is a question, in fact, yesterday I met with someone that I'm hoping to work with, and the first question that I ask her is like, what do you want in life? Unless you answer that question and you're very clear about it, it's very hard to help them, you know, because if you do not know what the dream, how can you build a pathway towards the dream? And then the second part is understand where is the comfort level of these people? Are they willing to do the work to arrive to their dreams? So these are the different things that I would say you need to pay attention, not just as a consultant. I think as a human being, you have to pay attention to the world you're living in. You have to see what's the dream, what's the ability to achieve and pursue the dream, and then what are the challenges that they have right now that you can tackle one at a time to be able to move forward.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for explaining. So now let's move on to next question. My next question is, your book Power of Elite Interviews sound intriguing. Could you give us a glimpse of the key insights or advice in the book to aspiring interviews?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, if you want a copy, I can definitely send you a PDF of it. So, the Power of Elite interviews was inspired by this. Back in 2020, when COVID hit, we all went online, and I started being invited by Rehan students and other people as well to do interviews, and I really enjoyed it. I Because you know I've been an educator all my life, so my career is shaped by me asking questions, not so much by me answering questions. So when I started doing this, I my youngest was Barira. She's 11 years old at the time, and then my oldest is a retired person. I think he's very old. So I spoke to a different range of people, and that was fascinating. Like I remember when Barira asked me about what my childhood was like, and it's like, huh, I haven't thought about it in a very long time. You know, we're not connected to that part of life because we're busy building the today and the future. So I started reflecting on that, just like memories of things just came at me, and I loved the process so much that I decided to start my own show. So I started Shaba Speaks, and I did also some segments with a channel from Algeria, another one in Canada. Anyhow, so that experience was really interesting. And a friend of mine asked me, "So, what have you learned from these interviews?" And I'm like, "Oh, wow, yeah, I learned so much." Now, I go back to the title, The Power of Elite Interviews. What does it mean? I was not interviewing just about anybody. I was very selective in the people that I wanted to have on my show because at the time I was very interested in entrepreneurship and success and the challenges of the entrepreneur, etc. So I chose elite. And elite is defined as, especially for those who do qualitative research, as anthropologists or whatever, ethnographers, sorry, they know that elites are a group of people. We call them la crème de la crème. They are executives, they are CEOs, they are authors, they are speakers, they are people who already achieved a certain level. They're not the general public. So I chose elites because I wanted to benefit from their experiences, from their journey. And that's the people I believe could help me understand and share with my audience and their audience as well those thoughts. So I was very selective. And then I sat down one day and I looked at what is it that I learned from interviewing elites, right? What does it do to you? And I wanted to give advice to those of you who do interviews that there is a lot to gain, and especially connecting with citizens of the world, which is my slogan as well. So I met people from all over the world that I would never have met if it wasn't for the platform of interviewing these elites. And the benefits are just amazing. So I highly recommend that you guys start selecting a niche or an area that you're interested in learning about and start interviewing people within that category, maybe an author, maybe a singer, maybe a dancer, maybe whatever it is. And then take all those information, take that knowledge and put it in a book. In fact, my book is right here. So I'm looking at it. So the book Elite Interviews, or the 7 takeaways of the Elite Interviews, is literally what I learned from speaking to people who are just amazing that I've learned so much from.
Thank you so much for your answer. So my next question is, what are your future plans and aspirations? Are there any exciting projects or initiatives you be currently working on that you can share with us?
Oh, yeah. I mean, thankfully, my brain is one of those that is constantly working. I don't stop thinking, I don't stop creating, uh, just because I like to come up with innovative ideas. So we have actually any number of projects going on right now. So we're actually gonna be in Algeria at the end of the month, presenting a workshop day. It's a 1 day workshop for startups and business owners who want to, either they are just at the starting point and they want to refine their business ideas, the mission, the vision, the customer, etc. Or maybe they already started a business and they are at the point where they're looking for investors or partnerships, but they don't have what we call a pitch deck, and they don't know what they don't know in terms of what is the formula, what is the recipe. When you go cooking, you just don't throw everything in the pot hoping for a good meal, right? You have to know what are the spices, what can't you mix together, etc., etc. And speaking and presenting and clarity of the idea is super important to get the yes, to be able to convince the other person that your project is good. So we're going to be helping startups and business owners to do that. So if you guys are in Algeria, in Algiers that week, join us. DM me and I will send you the information where you can join and register. So this is one project. I have another project lined up, which is with women from North Africa, and I'm hoping to expand this project to women globally. But right now, we want to do it in what we call derja, which is how North Africans speak, because we speak a little bit of French, a little bit of Arabic, a little bit of mix, right? So it's not really like a one standard language. We call that derja. So we partnered with a group of influencers, and we're going to start offering workshops and different things for women from North Africa in their native languages, helping them to start home based businesses, online businesses, and giving them the skills and the resources to do so. But this community is in America for now. Like, we're very specific about the audience. Then another project is Kittable, which we are going to be taking to market rather soon, hopefully a couple of months. And Kittable is a platform that connects the cottage food operators with the consumers. It's a marketplace, clearly. So let's say you cook Pakistani, for instance. I want to eat Pakistani. You have a home-based business where you cook, certain meals from your home. I will connect with you and order from you, and either pick it up or you deliver, whatever. And that's what we want to do. We want to create a funnel, like a pathway for people who cook and bake from home, and the people who are looking to eat uh, local home-based food, right? Which is a big industry in the United States. So we really want to work with whoever, like people who like to cook and people who like to eat, and bring them together. It's that simple. Look, the concept: you like to eat, you like to cook, come together in what platform. So we're very excited about that. And I also want to launch the Simple Lingo platform for teaching English. So I would love to invite you guys to join our YouTube channel and help us grow that way. That way, when we move into more private spaces, you guys can be first to benefit from all the knowledge and the experience we can share with you.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. So my next question is, as an accomplished individual with diverse roles, how do you maintain a work-life balance? What strategies do you employ to stay productive and focus?
Well, yeah, that's a very good question. I love it. Creative people like myself, I'm a very creative person. We really have a problem with focus. I must say it's one of our biggest challenges to stay just like focused, because our brain is just wandering all over and we're just interested in so many different things, which is fine. So the key here is really to learn or know the type of person you are, and then develop certain strategies to allow yourself to be creative, but then get productive, to be creative and be productive. So if you go against your nature, you will not succeed. You will never succeed if you're punishing yourself. Oh, I have to stay all day, in a closed space to be productive. You will be a total failure. So knowing who you are and how you work and how you think, be fluid, right? Be fluid a little bit. Allow yourself, okay, 20 minutes. There is like 25 rule or something like that. 20 minutes, I focus on something and then take a 10-minute break, or 20 minutes and then back to a break. What happens there is that you focus for this time and then you let yourself loose for another time. That creates balance. This is like what you should normally do on a regular basis. How I create balance: I love traveling, and I'm an introvert. I know everybody, all my friends are like, "You're an introvert?" No way. I am an introvert, so I enjoy being alone. I love being alone. So I'm one of those people. If you leave me on a deserted island, I'll be fine, because I like to be with my thoughts. I love connecting with nature. Nature plays such an important role in my life. light, sun, water, beach, they are elements that are super important to my well-being that I surround myself with. So I build my work around what is it that I like to do. Like if I know that I am productive in the morning, I wake up very early. So I wake up very early in the morning when everything is quiet. That's when I do my best work. Then after that, I take a coffee break or I watch a like TV show or just hang out with friends or do things. So the second I feel like my energy is low, I don't create. I just enjoy. I'm on social media networking, I'm talking to people or whatever. So you have to understand yourself. I'm saying this because if you do not have a good blueprint, understand you. What is it that makes you happy? When are you the most productive? When you are tired, what else can you do? Like sometimes when my brain is out, I go cook or bake. I love it. I create like nice dishes that we get to enjoy. Or I just like sit and do, because in addition to all that, I'm also an Amazon influencer. So I work with a lot of brands. I promote their products. So like you see a lot of it is down here. So when my brain doesn't work, I just shoot videos, for instance, of the product. I take my phone or my iPad and I'm just shooting, videos without my face, without my voice because I'm tired. And then I go back the next day when I'm refreshed and I just do voiceover or put my face and say something about it. The key is know yourself. If you are at 150 or 100 or a 50 or a 2%, see what is it that you can fit in there. And then there are times where you absolutely must just turn off everything and just enjoy the moment and enjoy life, and that's okay as well.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for explaining. So now let's move on to next question. My next question is, in your opinion, what are the key qualities that differentiate successful interviews from the rest? How can aspiring interviews hone these skills?
Well, I think successful interviews should not sound like interviews. I think successful interviews need to sound more like two people having conversation and enjoying themselves. Because Manahil, as much as you want to learn about me, I want to learn about you too. So if I have a dream, you have a dream too. What is your dream? How do you create life balance? So ideally, it's a conversation that goes both ways. And also listening and just paying attention to what the person is saying. I never my style, okay? Everybody's different, but my style is I don't prepare questions when I do interviews just because I let the interview just follow a natural flow. So let's say I'm asking you, Manahil, tell me about, you know, how do you overcome adversity or challenges? And you're telling me, right? So now I'm listening because I don't have any other question. I don't have anything prepared, right? So I'm listening to you, and then you mention something, and I'm like, darn, this is good. Then I pick up on that and I ask a follow-up question. Oh, you said that you did X, Y, and Z. Can you elaborate more? Or so I think interviews, it's nice to have questions just to guide the conversation, because sometimes hosts can ask inappropriate questions that makes the guest uncomfortable. So we need to make sure to never ever ever make our guest uncomfortable in an interview, because just the word guest itself, okay, we come from a culture where we honor the guest. When we have somebody come to our home, we give them good food, we respect them, we honor them. It's not any different when I come to your platform. I'm your guest. So, as part of being your guest, you respect me, right? Because I'm a guest. So, even in the virtual world, I believe, and I'm going to touch on this topic because it's such an important one, even in the virtual world, people need to be decent and respectful. And unfortunately, we see that so many times that you go to somebody's profile or somebody's page or somebody's Instagram account or live and you start insulting them. You are somehow their guest or they are your guest. You invited them in. Why would you be mean and just nasty and disrespect them and insult them? Now, if you do not like who they are, what they wear, the way they talk, and whatever it is, keep scrolling or go somewhere else. The reason I'm saying this, Manahil, is that I have people come to my home, which is my Facebook page or my Instagram account, and they want to tell me how I need to live my life or how I need to dress, and this is absolutely disrespectful. So let's go back to a certain level of decency when we interview somebody, when we talk to somebody, when we invite somebody in our space, or they invited us to their space to share with them advice, teaching, knowledge. Let's be decent and honor our guests no matter what they are, and always be respectful.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for guiding us through this topic. Before we conclude, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Miss Shaba for gracing with us, her presence, and sharing her incredible journey and insights. It has been an enlightening and inspiring conversation, and we are truly grateful for your time today. I'm sure our audience has gained valuable knowledge and inspiration from your experiences, wisdom. Your book Power of Elite Interviews sounds like must read of inspiring interviews. We can't wait to explore the profound insight you have to offer. As we come to the end of this interview, we wish you continued success in all your future endeavors and hope to witness more milestones in your journey. Once again, ma'am, thank you so much for being us today. It was an absolute pleasure, and we look forward to staying connected with you and your work.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Have a bye. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you.